The Desoto House Hotel in Galena, Illinois was one of the places we stayed on our 2-week paranormal vacation that my wife and I took. The hotel was named after the discoverer of the Mississippi River. It opened on April 9th, 1855, and was billed as the largest hotel in the West. The original hotel building consisted of 5 stories, a lower level. The DeSoto had 225 guest rooms, a gentleman's reading room, ladies' parlors, 300-seat dining hall, kitchen with equipment for feeding hundreds, and its own gasworks for lighting the hall's dining room and public areas. In addition, it had retail stores, offices, a saloon, and a bowling alley also found its home in the DeSoto House. The most notable visitor to the hotel was President Abraham Lincoln, who spoke from the Main Street balcony on July 23, 1856, in support of John Fremont's bid for presidency. Just 2 years later, on July 25, 1858, Senator Stephen A. Douglas spoke from the same balcony. On September 13, 1860, a crowd of over 15,000 rallied in front of the DeSoto in response to a grand Republican mass meeting in support of Lincoln's presidential bid. Ulysses S. Grant is also a hometown boy from Galena, and he returned home after the Civil War. 25,000 people took to the streets to welcome him home. They had bands, parades, cannon salutes, and a reception ball that was held at the DeSoto House. Grant later used rooms 209 and 211 of the hotel as his presidential campaign headquarters. Only 4 years after its grand opening, the hotel suffered a fire on June 2, 1859, which destroyed a dozen rooms on each floor. There was water and smoke damage to the entire hotel. On December 7, 1869, a steam boiler located in the dye works business in the hotel's basement exploded. Now, when we were there, we were talking with this really nice bartender in the lower level restaurant named Eric, and he said he was actually working on a book about the DeSoto House, and that this explosion in 1869, there's kind of a backstory to it that is not on the hotel's website, where there was like a love triangle between a woman and 2 men, and the one man died in the explosion that happened in the dye works. And the woman, it was kind of her lover, it wasn't her husband, she had a husband too, and this woman is said to haunt the DeSoto because her lover died in the explosion, and her husband also died in the Civil War as a soldier, so she was widowed, and she is the woman in black that they say haunts the lower level basement. There's some clips in the video where we show the hole in the wall that is associated with the woman in black, so that will make more sense later in the video. The doors of the hotel actually closed in December 1870 due to the damage from the steam boiler explosion. In 1880, the upper 2 floors of the hotel were removed, so now it's only a 3-story building, but there's a big basement area. Later owners of the hotel redecorated and also installed hot and cold running water and bathrooms on all floors. Renovation of the hotel was done again in 1971 and 1977. The building actually was condemned and closed down for a while, but in 1985, the mayor of Galena, Frank Einsweller, probably said that wrong, assembled $8.7 million and restored the condemned building. Today, the DeSoto House offers 55 guest rooms with private baths, 3 dining areas, a ballroom, conference and banquet rooms, specialty shops, and a private parking garage. In the lower level of the DeSoto is kind of a really fancy restaurant, like a steakhouse kind of place. On the first floor was a really cool regular bar. We had a couple drinks there, talked with the bartender there. But Eric, who was working the bar in the lower level, he really gave us a lot of information about the building, and he also told us to come to the basement after the restaurant closed, and there would be no one there, and we could investigate all we wanted. So that's what we did. While we were in the restaurant, we did multiple EVP sessions. Something kind of crazy happened to me. I'm not sure. It's just a personal experience. I didn't really catch it on camera, but we talk about it in the video. So let's get to it. Here it is. Here is the DeSoto House in Galena, Illinois. rooms in this section of the building have names that are named after authors. We are in the Herman Melville room. The author of Moby Dick. So this is our room. Heather's bed's messed up a little bit. So what we're going to do tonight, like we did in a couple other places, we're going to set up this camera and run it all night. We got my other camera with the IR light all set to go. Actually going to lay out, we got these little flashlights that actually are IR as well. We're going to lay those out so you get more extra light. But like this is what I was talking about with the ceilings. Like the ceilings are really tall in our room. If you look outside, Grant Park is directly across from us. Mirror. Always gonna have a big ass mirror in a hotel room, right? We got this nice little plaque talking about Herman Melville. Bathroom's your usual bathroom. So that's pretty much it. So we are in the restaurant in the lower level of the Desoto House Hotel. The nice bartender told us to come down after the restaurant and bar closed, which we did, and there is nobody down here. So we're going to investigate a little bit.
Nick and Heather, Desoto House, April 25th. Basement area where
In the restaurant.
Where the lady in black has been seen.
In the third dining room. Because we're in the third dining room over.
Mm-hmm.
My name's Nick and this is Heather.
Can you tell us your name? Did this used to be your house? Did this used to be your house? Did this used to be your house? Did you die in the explosion? Did you die in the explosion? Did you die in the explosion? keep feeling like something keeps moving that way. Like it's just beyond.
I don't mean to intrude on you. We just want to know your name and your story.
Why are you still here?
So the story in the lower level here is there's this hole in the wall here. It's actually a door, a really old door entryway, and they didn't know it was here. In 2011, they had a really bad flood here, and it damaged all the drywall in this lower level. And when they were tearing out the drywall, they found this hole in the old wall. And the thing that's weird about that, and the reason why they didn't close it up, is because there's always been stories of a lady dressed in black who walks into this wall right here. And when they broke the wall open, there's an old door space there. So they were saying the lady in black, who people have seen walk into this wall, that it used to be a doorway in her time. But they never knew that because it's been closed up since they don't even know when. So when they discovered it, it's kind of neat. They left it open and they put a plaque up and they put plexiglass on both sides so you can see the hole in the wall still. Here's a plaque on the wall. But we're going to do some EVP sessions and we're going to do some spirit box work down here and see if anything happens.
You tell us your name? You tell us your name? You don't have to be afraid of us, we won't hurt you.
Sure yet? I was Victor, this is Heather. You come in peace. We just want to know your name and your story.
Did you die in a fire? Did you die in a fire?
Did you work in the ink plant? Did you work in the ink plant?
Did you die in the war? Did you die in the war?
What's your name? Is your name Philip?
Is it okay that we're down here? Is anybody in here with us?
Is this your space? Do you hide down here? You know Eric, the bartender?
What's the lady's name that's down here?
Do you have anything you want to tell us?
What did this used to be down here?
Do you like the changes to the building? Can you do something to let us know that we're talking with you? I just feel like the back of my shirt got crazy. Can you do something to let us know that we're talking with you? I just feel like the back of my shirt got crazy.
Was that you? Did you just touch the back of Nick's shirt?
If you did, thank you. If you did, thank you. That's my stomach growling.
Can you make a noise somewhere in here? Let us know you're in here.
I just want to know about you. What's your name? Where are you from? Is Galena your height? Now, Heather knows I'm a skeptic, but I swear to God, when we were just doing that I felt a tug on the back of my shirt. Like my left hand, I was holding the camera on my right hand like I am right now, pointing at myself. But before I was pointing out, and my left hand was straight down on my side, and in the right back side of my shirt, I felt a tug, and enough to make me
Jump.
Yeah, and I had to mention it. I got chills up my back when it happened, because there's nothing here. I was literally standing right here. I was standing just like this, filming forward. I don't know, it gives me chills.
Nick and Heather, EVP session number 2, Desoto House, second dining room in the basement.
So we're sitting in the lounge area. There's kind of some light coming in. That's why you can't really see me. But we're just going to sit here and listen for a while. And Heather's going to turn on the recorder as well. If you want to smoke a cigar, go ahead. You want to smoke a cigar, go ahead.
We won't tell.
You want to smoke a cigar, go ahead.
We won't tell.
So this is what they call the courtyard. I guess originally it was open, but in the 80s they closed it off. So the entire building's indoor. We're just gonna walk around a little bit. So that was our investigation at the Desoto House in Galena, Illinois. If you want to know more information about the Desoto House, you can go to desotohouse.com. That's their website. I really was speechless when my shirt got pulled. I've never had anything like that ever happen to me ever before, and I wasn't quite sure if it actually happened, but it was so strange. I got goosebumps like the second it happened. It's just so hard to put into words what it felt like. But thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos similar to this.